Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Lancer Custom Works, where I will be discussing the various mech builds you could make and play with Lancer. In today's Encore Edition episode where we pay attention to some of the older frames we have revealed before, Harrison Armory, Part 2, featuring Saladin, Sherman, and Tokugawa. Let's start with Big Sal first. Saladin, the best boy, it's a defender all about nullifying damage and taking it for its allies, immune to shred, reduce accuracy of incoming attacks, and then send it right back at its foes with its core power. Nothing special here. Saladin simply has the bulk to protect its allies with, much like Drake. Houseguard unsurprisingly, stays winning as it can significantly boost the power of Saladin's sheer bulk, and all the new support talents can massively boost Saladin's support capability too, and while not really being shown prominently here, Saladin's high heat cap does means that if one wants to use Ace to move its wide body faster, getting cooked up from flying is barely a problem for Saladin here. Now, let's talk about its builds, starting with Mechanical Pacifist, a Saladin that's just gonna sit down with retractable profile and then defend and support allies with its life, Enclave to make enemy miss harder, Wandering Nightmare and Lotus Projector to make enemies' life harder, Antilinear to suck conditions off allies. You can invade people in the technical sense with Orator 1 scan and Unhinge to slow, plus, Tachyon Shield isn't you doing the attack so it's fine. And if all else fails, just stand up and shoot a big gun and then sit back down. Huggable Plush is another Half-Lich Saladin that can bend time for allies, but also, here's an interesting thing, with superior by design, this Saladin is immune to impaired, and it itself is already immune to shredded, which mean you will feel almost nothing when using Antilinear on allies, which is very funny to say the least. Furnace Redoubt is a half-kit Saladin that wonders, how do you let your allies safely get in your Hardlight shield after it has been set up? First, use Turret Drone to DC3 your allies for 4 over shield. This lets them walk through the shield without taking damage, then with Damping Station from Forge 2, they will get to clear their burn, simple as that. Unsurprisingly, this Saladin is also very good at fortifying a position. Stuck in here with me, courtesy of Dustgrave, is a Saladin with DD288 duct tape to it. You simply just use Pankrati to get right in the face of an enemy, activate Hardlight to seal them in, and then charge up your fist to punch-plode your enemies with a fist that can pierce through any defense. It can also support and defend with Orator and Noah, but the fist is the highlight here. Big Sal-amander is a Saladin with a Paracausal plasma thrower. In hindsight, giving a frame with one of the more powerful weapon mod a super heavy might not have been a good idea. With Houseguard, Noah, and Enclave, this Saladin can protect people well, and if anything get close, you get the idea. Projecting Menace is basically almost the same idea but with a Hurricane Cluster Projector this time. With Paracausal this thing can tear right through any defense, and can reach 15 range with Siege Stabilizer. It will get hot, which is why Auto Cooler is here, but it's more to bait GM to shoot at your thick bulk than your allies. I Am the Perimeter is a Fomorian half-Drake Saladin, so you already know where this is going. Leviathan, another cannon prototype to shoot big damage with, protect allies with your sheer bulk, bunker, and Enclave, and also, a bit of Sun's magic to move your speed 3 as faster as well as everything else in the room. Nobody is getting past you, probably. Or a brick. Big Sal flew pretty good, is a Saladin too tired of being too slow to catch up to allies, and decided to go fast with speed 5 and Ace to make sure everyone is getting the defense budget they have paid for. Plus with Hyperdense, you are definitely going to tank. And finally, there's the Isaac, a half-kit Saladin that can say no to the enemy in just about everything. PEBCAC for tech defense, Flash Anchor to prevent allies from being moved, Fobby to let your allies pierce enemy defense, Forge 2 for even more fortification with Omnibus to enhance their effect, and so many goddamn ways to make a hit and a miss harder. The very simple fact that Saladin cannot be shredded makes it a good tank no matter the situation. It's simply a very reliable defender frame. Well, it can still get shut down in the same way Gorgon do. Half of its defensive ability is dependent on reaction, so don't get pile-drived onto the floor. Next up, Sherman, Alpha Strike for all the lasers, Metal Mark has invisibility, Raleigh has reloading gimmick, Pegasus is horsing around with reality. Sherman just has more guns, on top of its 3 weapon mounts. Sherman has the solid core laser that does more damage the more it stabilizes, which is its main gimmick here. It can maintain danger zone after stabilizing to cool off, and it also gains soft cover after stabilizing or overheating for some defense. It can also clear off burn more easily thanks to better engineering roll, but that might as well be a bonus considering how often you will be stabilizing with this frame. Unsurprisingly, Sherman bloody loves Nuclear Cavalier, not just for more damage in danger zone but to also better maintain its heat as it will be running hot half the time. Black Thumb is a good idea for almost the same reason too. Walking Armory is also a good idea, as it not only can be used for the two main weapons, but also the solid core laser to change it up completely. And lastly, since you probably gonna be getting Azura because it's Azura, Iconoclast is a good idea too. Anyway, let's talk about the builds, starting with falling outside the normal Utopian pillars, a quad NHP Iconoclast Sherman because with Azura, that's only natural, being half a Gorgon, this Sherman can definitely protect its allies well with dual Vorpal and Scylla too, and since you will be on the front line anyway, having Iconoclast for all the close range death beams is going to be very useful. The second worst hangover you're ever had, is a combined arms Sherman that wants you to stay down, by getting close fast with Accelerate even with a slow speed 3, then smacking anyone nearby with Spaceborne, just before firing that Andromeda, which lets you knock them down more easily and let you shoot a big laser cannon accurately into their skull, too if you stabilize enough. Monarch from a sketchy website, is a Sherman loaded with launcher weapons. The idea is simply OC stabilize looping to fire off as much ordnance as possible, with Uncle and integrated mount to fire off even more of it. Roland gives you more damage, and Stormbringer will let you send enemy flying real easily, and since you will be stabilizing this much, solid core will be easy to use. Shotgun Wedding, is a OC looping Sherman built around the same idea, just with a bunch of shotgun like Cannibal instead, and comes with RMJ that will help in not getting your face ripped off, as you blast right through everything in the way. I Sleep to the hum of my engine and the singing of klaxons, is a classic Sherman with a big laser cannon, just that it also comes with blink charges to get itself moving quickly, and an OP Cal super thermal blade to slash and cook anything that gets too close, plus with demolitionist talent, even its non-explosive explosives can be quite a major danger to its enemies. You versus this 1000 degree knife, is a flying ace Sherman that gets around quickly with flight to stab people in their face with a nuclear cavalier super thermal knife, letting you cut and cook up opponent real fast. If that fails, you have a stunning auto stab cat hammer and house cleaning daisy cutter, and if that fails too, 4 charges of ERM is here to save your butt. My Sunday finest, is a Tachyon lance equipped Sherman. You know, when you think about it, Sherman is technically the first frame with dual super heavy weapon, just that solid core needs a lot more time to get to super heavy level damage, but the idea here is simple, simply fly somewhere high, activate auto cooler, and keep firing that Tachyon lance every turn, plus if someone gets too close, the backblast and exploding vent is going to blow them up too. Nothing new here, but it still works just fine. It's not exactly fancy, but the Sherman ability to maintain danger zone lets it keep up its damage level with nuclear cavalier better than most other frames. It's reliable, which is not the most wonderful thing ever, but it works, as long as all you want is shoot a lot of guns or lasers. And finally, Tokugawa. I'm very proud to say that because Tokugawa already comes with 3 weapon mounts, it cannot use super heavy mounting. God knows what will happen to the balance if it can. Anyway, Tokugawa, it's basically Harrison Armory off-brand Manticore because it's just as lethal to its pilot as that bomb. Its core passive lets you expose yourself on demand, and can use that to get more range and damage, and if it's in danger zone, those bonus damage is now burn, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And despite Tokugawa art showing it as a melee berserker, it's actually a decent artillery frame because its core power can turn a shotgun into a railgun, and a spear into a sun-stabbing divine weapon. Every Tokugawa build is ridiculous, because it's impossible to make a boring Tokugawa build. Every one of them is sitting on the edge of self-annihilation and a balancing act is required to keep it functioning. Anyway, just like Sherman, nuclear cavalier is necessary to take advantage of this bullshit, and you will want to get as many source of heat cooldown as possible like Black Thumb because like I said, every Tokugawa is seconds away from demon coring themselves. Alternatively, just simply go all in on weapon talents and kill the enemies faster than you can explode. That works too. Now, let's talk about the builds, starting with somehow, Palpatine returned, a Tokugawa with Threat 3 super thermal blade with enough limited charges to heat gun and explode every idiot in the room including yourself. ERM and Duelist Blade Master dice can be used to keep your ass intact, and all the AoE launchers are here to do the funny business with bonus damage from Nuclear Cavalier. Ride the Lightning is a Tokugawa with the goal of making the most painful Bolt Nexus possible, and with Black Spot, this Bolt Nexus can get +2 accuracy, 2d6 +3 bonus burn damage, and Sentimane to make it even worse, and to ensure everyone will get touched by the gun. This thing can fly far with Ace. So I have it. The Laser Pointera is a Tokugawa that wants a bit of survivability, so instead of just taking cover, it made a sniper nest with Forge 2 and blow up everything with all its gun, and a laser pointer, hence its name, just stay up there and snipe people with a rocket launcher. Welcome to Ram Ranch, is a Titanomachy duelist Tokugawa with dual chain axes to cut people apart, one of which is controlled by Uncle. The idea is just get as much attack off a turn as possible to get that sweet +3 bonus damage, though a siege ram would help push it further, but there's no license level left. An assault rifle is there to touch the annoying flyer. Anyway, here's the same build but made so much worse. Tiger Hunter combat sheath can attack 2 targets at once. That 3 burn has just been turned into 2 burn. The only bad part is its short range, but you are in a Tokugawa, and if that's not enough, there's Lucifer, and if that's still not enough, there's Plasma Gauntlet. Game plan is just punch, ram, and suplex everything to death, with Brawler 3 to charge up another super punch. Just keep beating everything to death. No 2 targets are not hit by 2 burn, is a launcher spam Tokugawa instead, specifically, with Sharingan and Vijaya, which with Tokugawa trait, the Sharingan is gonna be dealing double damage at minimum of 23 range, with Stormbringer and JK1 to constantly create distance as needed, and if things get too close, I kill with my heart with Vijaya Rocket is gonna make people not want to be close to you anymore. Hey guys, watch this, is an incredibly mobile Tokugawa with speed 7, Pankrati, JK1, with Croil rifle to boost through even more distance to beat the shit out of everyone, and also has 2 swords, one that burns, and one that burns even more. You also have a ninja star to deal with fellow ninjas, I guess. Extended Warranty is a build that can be easily described by this image. Threat 7 Impact Lance and Threat 7 War Pike that hit like a truck are gonna be enough for most things, plus a super extended range Shatterhead to touch people at range 35, and also Enclave Shield to protect yourself and your buddies, because it's not like you need to move with this much range anyway. And finally, there's Nibiru, the primal being, no, not the other TTRPG. What you do here is simple, Heatfall OC loop with Deep Well to make your heat bar last longer, and then just power ram through everything with Juggernaut 3 and RMJ for overshield. Just keep boosting and blasting everything with Dual Annihilator, which can be extended to range 20 at the right time. There is never a single Tokugawa build that can be described as chill. Every single one is going to be insane in their own way, just from the crazy amount of damage they can make and will take on the way of annihilating everything. Perfect for anyone that feels like being completely reckless, though some self-conservation will help in the long run. And that's about it for this round of Lancer Custom Works Encore. Once again, I would like to thank all of my viewers who have submitted their builds for this episode. What's next for the topic? Well, we will be stepping right into Long Rim, starting with Atlas, Caliban, and Cobalt, the 3 short kings that represents the first major changes to tactics in Lancer. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe and click that notification bell button. If you want to see the videos early as well as further support my channel, you can join in my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.